hopefully this is working. I'm just waiting for my data to come through. There we go. Hi, what's going on, peeps? It's me, your boy, izlogic.business, welcoming you to obviously Anarchy Analysis series, but we'll be getting into that a bit later. I want to do some recording live for you guys, and obviously I'm kind of in a bit of a weird place because my recording schedule kind of scuffed at the moment. But yeah, we've got 4 different Pokemon card things to open, and one of which is from the new set, 2 of which is from the old set. But yeah, I wanted to also show you this thing. Nice little promo Garchomp PX. What was her name? Yaki Risu? Her favourite Pokemon before she got cancelled. But yeah. We're starting with some Shining Fates. Oh, Paldean Fates. That's what they actually are. And while this is going on, I should let you know my hands are sore as fuck. They're blistered up, and I'm still opening cards. But yeah, I wanted to talk about some things during this while I could. And one of which is the LEC format this year and last year. Let's be honest. If you know me, you know that I'm not a fan of the LEC format. Also, dope ass Fido. I'm also gonna, hopefully, I can peel this footage off later on. Yeah, here's a code card for anyone who would like it. The good thing about live broadcasts is it's less likely to be pilfered like they were doing. But yeah, essentially, I have an issue with the LEC format this year. And it involves G2. And it's worrisome that even the LEC are acknowledging the actual problem themselves in Euphoria. In a sense, it's G2 won Winter Split last year. And essentially, they're in a state where they don't need to try for spring, because this is a meaningless, 6 weeks for spring? You got the 3 weeks for regular split. Then you have playoffs, which is 3-4 weeks, so 6 weeks in total for a split. And it's like pretty easy for them to just coast for 6 weeks and do nothing, because they're already qualified for MSI. They're qualified for season finals. And genuinely speaking, they don't have to do much for the rest of the year. Wow, cycles are rare. But as a whole, I would honestly prefer them to revert the format to a 2-split thing. 2 splits, championship points matter most. Obviously, if the LEC have 2 teams going to MSI, just do the first seed as the team that wins the entire split, and then do a MSI qualifiers tourney. Something like that would work better. But as a whole, championship points need to matter more than what they do now. Because, yeah, they do qualify you for season finals, but that's it. The whole point of them were to essentially qualify the team that performed the best over the entire year to the tournament, to Worlds. I think that whole aspect of them has kind of been negated by the fact that they only now get you into season finals. And that is not a BNA thing, in my opinion. Fuck, I fucked a QR code. But yeah, essentially they need to sort the LEC format out again. Because I like the old format. And you've got 3 finals well, 4 finals technically, 'cause season finals, that essentially you only have one road trip. It would make more sense to have 3 mini finals in 3 different European places. You get it shown to more fans as Hello Nimona. That is a nice card. But yeah, wow, it gave me double cycles art. Okay. Essentially speaking, I'm not a fan of the format. That is the gist of what I'm saying. Anyway, that's one opening done. We can continue through to next. Houndstone. Complaining. A rant, which is kind of what this is. But this time, I've got Pokemon cards in front of me to discuss the issues of it. How would I correct it properly? Now, obviously, I gave a little brief look at it with championship points and fixing it that way. But, like, realistically speaking, I'm just realizing that I've got that going. Let me just mute that one. I apologize for double audio. Fuck. That would have been better to known at the start. But yeah, essentially, the issues obviously with League are very... I think this year, it's been the first year in ages, I've kind of tuned out of watching the LEC. I've not really watched all the games like I used to. A, because they're putting on stupid days. And B, the games aren't that interesting. Because there's no one really challenging G2 for the title. And sure, they're losing at the moment in spring. But as I've been saying, Winter Split has so much impact on it, they don't really need to try. So, essentially, they can just play different things and have fun with the game. And, you know, I, for one, like it because they get to experiment and be better for MSI. But we saw what happened last year. They messed around in spring, didn't do too well, and then crumbled in MSI. And that's never a good thing for your home team, home region. Hello, Shiny Mankey. Pretty dope. But yeah, I for one would honestly like for G2. Well, I'd like for there to be a better format. Go back to 2 splits. And then have a season finals. Because, in theory, 4 splits is technically what we've got right now. It doesn't work out well. And I would like some more... I'd like teams not to be facing one another as many times as they are. Because it's, 3 times guaranteed now instead of the 4. And that is personally not good because it's uneven. And evenness in a league is kind of important. Smolly! Another fucking cycle sign. So as a whole, the LEC also has really gone down since, honestly, all the big Riot employee firings. Like, losing so many vital members of the team for the LEC kind of has cut viewership, because the production has kind of faltered at times. Even yesterday, the stream went down. And that's like, the whole way that they garner viewership is if the broadcast stays up and alive. It did not do that for the full broadcast. People will obviously then go over to co-streamers to try and fix the issue, which, spoiler alert, only reason the league is surviving is co-streamers is hello, Great Tusk. I think that's a huge thing that they've gained benefits from. And probably the best thing they've done this year is co-streamers, or allowing co-streamers on site in a means that they're broadcasting from their APC on site and having control of the actual game compared to how they used to be. I think that is a huge benefit, but like, there's so much wrong. I think most people, for some reason, some people are like upset at the broadcast talent. It's not their fault. It's like they think that the broadcast talent's gone down in skill and level. But honestly, the only thing that's changed is realistically Quickshot leaving the league. Obviously, for reasons that I can't really comment on, because I don't know the full reasoning behind not being there, but I can obviously speculate as to a specific joke on a world's broadcast being a issue. That would be one thing. But yeah, as it stands, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the thing about Quickshot that people don't realize was the fact that he engaged the crowd. He tried to bring them on the adventure of the games, and like he tried to incorporate them. This was before we had the good sounds of Mad Lions Koi and Carmine Corp going around the stadium. Once they came in, it's like, okay, the crowd can actually manage it themselves. But when Trevor was there, he kind of had to boost them. Wow, that's a reverse rat. So that's going in my pile. But yeah, he was the guy that was trying to make the crowds lively. And yeah, that being gone is a huge issue from the LEC. And you know, maybe people would be better off if they could take a poorly used joke. Maybe it would have been better if it wasn't actually broadcast out loud or spreader. That would have been a better solution. But hey, what do I know? Fuck's sake. They're just giving me dupes. Hashtag UK Pokemon cards never bang. I'm hoping that the last thing I've got to open will bang though, because it was the last one of this set that I could get, and you can't actually see it on the screens right now. Ain't that swell? So yeah, there's my rant with the LEC over. It's took me 3 boxes to sort through everything I want to really say. Gengar. I'm a happy boy. Look at her. The Queen. Okay, that was a good opening. The last pack saved it. Need I say anymore? One more opening to do, and before I'm gonna do that, just have a brief tidy up of everything and make some space for it, because it's you'll see in a second. It's gonna replace the Mimikyu in the back of the set though. Once it's done. Anyway. That can go over to there. I wish I actually had. So I emptied my bin a few before the stream. Anyway. guess who forgot to bring it back up? This guy. So that's downstairs. Yikers. Anyway. It can go on the floor. No, it can go over there, actually. I'll sort this later. There we go. Bit more clean. Move all the good stuff into a little pile. 3 boxes versus 1 temporal forces. First time I'm touching this set. But they have both the ETB boxes. This was the last one of the Iron Leaves. Is it the name of the Virizion combo? But yeah. Just go to the back. Pretty swell looking card. So yeah, the rares in this set, obviously, you got the Floodmane and Ironthorns from these boxes. Obviously, Ironthorns is better than Floodmane. Clever and Cyclizar for the triple blister. Oh boy, we'll get to that. We'll get to them in a second. What have we got over here? Metang. For Alligator, Koraidon and Miraidon from the Temple Forces build and battle boxes. Temporal Forces single booster pack have Kavana and Bellybolt. Let's look at these then. So you've got your Entei, Suicune, Raikou, Cobalion, Virizion, Terrakion combos in gold. Let's look at the rares of the set. Anything cool in the trainers? Anything that people would really want more? Like, what are the money-making cards of this set? Airy, I think, probably will be the big one. One I want, anyway. It's Airy. Yeah, Airy full art would be nice. Bianca's there. Is that a shiny? Or not? I don't think so. Gengar, probably people would like Wug Trio. People have an affinity with them. There's actually quite a few full arts, to be honest. Maybe that's the gist of this set. But I'm pretty sure this one is the big boy set. Considering Paldean Fates is like a mini set. Relicanth. So what is that? Arbok. Bringing back some old cards. So many of the trios are in this set. That's a cool Metagross. Kind of like that. Look at the Licky Tongue. Anyway, enough dilly-dallying through the full arts. What are they? New energies? New cards? Or old cards remastered? Who knows? They look cool. Let's pop open the box now. Obviously, never opened this set before. Let's hope that there's some goodness in here. I'm not gonna go massively in depth in what's the content, but that is the promo card that we're kind of looking at. So that goes over there. I think I just showed you the QR code, but there you go. Well, you can definitely scan the QR code now. This is the stylizer for the set. And yeah, that's it on the box. Simple as that. Don't need to show any more of that stuff. Let's get into the cards in this box. So yeah, I'm actually gonna do this. And then up there goes the box. So, woo. Don't ask why there's a soda stream in the actual thing, but looking at the pack designs, I'm pretty sure they'll all be the trios of Pokemon. Yeah. We'll start with this last one, and then work our way through the packs like we have done over the past few days. You know how it is. Pop it right open. There we go. As you can see, a bit more serious with this one over the Shining Paldean Fates. There. Good luck typing that in backwards. Dark Energy to kick us off. We need to do a guess at the energy. Relor. Ponyta. Chatot. Cotton Tea. Riombi. Hand Trimmer. Does that just cut your hand off? Rabascar. Drillbur. Roserade. I was saying these were quite common. Damn, Iron Crown kick us off. I'm gonna tilt the camera down a bit so it's a bit more less shiny. Nice looking card. I like the glimmer on it. Let's be honest. Pretty cool. Good start to the opening. Let's go for a middling pack. So I'm gonna guess that it's Steel Energy. We might as well. Because hopefully I'm able to steal away a victory. There you go. There's your first card. Steel Energy? Steel Energy! Oh, we're on it today. Solosis. Skibby! Electabuzz. Bramblin. Colossal. Boxed Order. Screamtail in a cool design. Torracat. Carvanha. Torterra EX. We're getting some good cards to start us off. That certainly will be into the good pile. There we go. I'm looking for an Ice Cubone, by the way. I think that is in this set. I'm hoping for something good, though. I can't guess the energy because I've already seen it. But if I were, I was going to guess fire. But it was grass. Anyway. Grass Guy. Lidden. Speaking of which, had that community day the other day. Got a lot of shinies out of it. Oh, you couldn't give me the good licky tongue. Charger Bug. But yeah, Lidden has probably one of the coolest shinies, I think, in the game. You know, having pure white instead of the black. As wow, we hit another big pull. Excadrill. Damn. That looks cool. I like it. Into the good pile. We were actually doing good. But yeah. Let's guess Electric Energy. Spark this up. But yeah, as a whole, Lidden was a fun thing. I was actually busy that day that it was. So I only got to spend about 20 minutes hunting properly. And I caught like 5 or 6 of the Liddens. So, that were shiny, I should say. So, that was pretty fun. We guessed electric. We got water. we would have been fried to death if we did. The king, the god, Dunsparce. Snow. Oh, that's a cute Pikachu. It looks like it's trying to fuck your wife, though. Like, the facial expression. Hi, Iron Treads. I was tempted to buy the tins for Iron Treads and Great Tusk. Zeraora is a normal card in this. Wow, we're getting the mythics. Boltland and Miraidon. Probably the worst pack we've had, all things considered. I just put Miraidon in the wrong pile. Good job, me. Anyway. Away we go. You know, obviously we're doing this to fill some time for today, and we will be doing the Anarchy Analysis match of the week. Soon after, I will have to briefly switch over everything. And yeah, Girafarig, Roselia, Cutiefly, Droba, Sableye, I was about to say coughing. There's an Iron Valiant in this set? Looking dope. Into my good pile. Because it classes as Curlier. And Iron Valiant is cool. Frostmoth. Melmetal. Not the best pulls. Not the worst. I think the Iron Valiant certainly rescued it. We're down to 4 packs. According to my logic. The last 4 tend to be the best. Hopefully it's not wrong. And my logic isn't flawed. But only time will tell. As we pop and lock a Fighting Energy Psychic. We're guessing the weaknesses of the actual card that gets pulled. Hopefully the weakness is cool. Why are all mythic Pokemon just normal cards now? Kind of disappointing. Anyway. Got a Anchor. Raichu looking dope. Rabscara. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'm Churchill, baby. That made that pack best. Just getting the Iron Valiant pulled out of there. Water Energy, because my look is so damp. Sizzlipede. That's Psychic Meryl. Golett. Elgem. Sharpedo. Metagross. Roserade. Vikavolt. Excadrill. Ooh, a Koraidon. So we've had both Miraidon and Koraidon in this set. I think they're probably the most common cards that I've seen out of a rare slot in all these openings that I've done of Scarlet and Violet. They're like stupidly common, and that's weird to say considering they're the poster children of the game. Boom, I knocked my camera. I apologize to it. I'm gonna kiss it better. Electric. Fighting! God damn it. We're on the downhill. I'm guessing. Maybe that's a sign to stop guessing and start wishing that the last few cards in this pack are good. Mummy! She gets put over to one side. Licky. Faizen. Ralkamp. Meh. Not good, to say the least. Maybe our last pack is the savior of it all. I'm gonna guess Water Energy. I keep guessing Water Energy. I just pull the card back by accident and not in a good way. There you go. We guessed water. We hope it's water. It's grass. Noseleaf. Minchino. Rockruff. Lidden. Salisbury. Perilous Jungle. And Pheasant. Palafin. Mummy. Tramper. There we go. That's that on the Pokemon card opening for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I now need to prep for the VOD review. So give me a couple minutes to do that. AKA, I just need to unplug my camera. Boom. This guy needs to be moved. It can lay behind me. I also need to unplug my capture card, as well as plug my mouse back in. Kind of need that one. So yeah. Let me get in a comfy position. Mouse is not plugged back in. Let's move that stuff over. Let me just get in a position of comfort. I also need to plug some headphones in. So that the music isn't broadcast everywhere, and B, I don't have to listen to it. So I'm just going to quickly look for my headphones. There they are. They shall go into here. Trying to remember what them wires are that are plugged into this thing. There we go. Nice noise. Love it. Everyone loves it. Let me just move you into a position so I can still see my computer screen. And I've already fucked it. I've pulled my mic. Oh, God. There. Yeah, I did fuck it a little. There we go. Bit better. Hopefully, this still works. And I just need to switch over to headphones. Yeah. Okay.
Chibi is...
Yeah, you may just hear some random videos happening. I apologize. That's me watching stuff on my laptop when I'm busy. So, let me get a drink. There we go. Let me just how do I edit my settings, my live settings on my broadcast? Like, asking for a friend. How do I change the name of my stream? Do I actually have to go in browser and do it? Fuck's sake. Excuse my language. Let me put some music on. There we go. Hopefully that is good enough sound for you guys. I might drop it a little more. There we go. Broadcasts. Yeah, let me just edit it. That should be done. It's got music in the background. Let's go to LOL Esports and go to the VODs. Ooh, which game? We're doing BDS Fanatic. There we go. Let's get to draft phase. See, draft really doesn't matter anymore. Get my pen. Don't know why you can still see that, but yeah. Hey, move my pen down here. Can I have my face, please? Hey? Why is my face not appearing? You can have this camera. I certainly would like this one. See, it works here. But not down here. Okay. Why is it not working? Do I have to re-add it? Don't make me re-add my own camera. The fuck? Hi, me. Yeah, I can see me. Okay, there we go. Why did that not work? Welcome to me live fixing my camera. Hopefully that's worked. Okay. Into draft we go then. Why is my... Hang on. Bang. So, how are we ready for this draft? Well, it's going to be pretty obvious. I'm actually going to move myself. I can't move myself because I've got my drawing tool. Oh well, this has gotten scuffed, hasn't it? So yeah, give me 10 seconds. We're in game. Let me just pause here and bring that up. I am too big. Actually, no, I'm too big. Bang. There. Cool. We're Gucci. Let's talk draft. We might as well go through from the beginning. So, I am really interested by draft pick ban phase, and we just skip through bans straight into picks. So what's left? Ori, you've got Senna, Ari. Kind of not what I'd expect to be first pick, considering it's nuke. I'd expect Ori to come in first. That does leave what? Cassante, Vi, as well as Karma. Yeah, Karma is sort of humanoid's go-to. Vi gets locked in. There we go. Response from BDS, I mean Sedge. Ball carrying Maokai. Which would then technically, I think, you're going to have to lock in ADC here if you're Fnatic. Like Aphelios, Senna. Things like that coming in on 3. But Xin comes through for Shao. Getting a bit of engaged. Is an alright ball carrier. In theory here, you go Rakan if you're BDS, so that you kind of have to force maybe a ban towards Xayah, or both ADCs are getting dropped through to ban phase 2, which is never a good sign. So Zeri gets locked in, so that's a good pickup, aggressive pick. You tend to pair it with Nautilus, which is why Fnatic are hovering it. Though I dare say they could honestly lock Rakan here, or Rel. Or ban out the Rel. I think that would make a bit more sense. So bans Olaf, it's of course Adam. He's going to try and get 4-5. Well, counter pick. So Olaf, you're probably going to ban Darius or Garen. TF removed. Yeah, top's still left open. You don't really want to play into a ranged champion if you're Adam. So it maybe will be on coming in for Fnatic here. And then counter pick the ADC. Even though counter picks actually... No, you pick ADC on 4 if you're Fnatic. And leave on until 5. Braum removed. I think Rakan wouldn't be a terrible option. Kaiser's removed. Jinx, Aphelios, still up and available for Noah. I dare say they would be good picks for him. As for BDS, you're probably going to have to reveal... Well, you have to reveal everything. I think Adom probably will try and play Cassante top. Just safe. Cassante. And then Rel. Or Rakan. they're the most viable options here. Because there's nothing really good other than them. There's an engaging option for support. Maokai would fit in. But as a whole, you're only going to see Nautilus, Rel, Rakan in the support role in Pro Play. Maybe Blitz, but he's kind of fallen back out of meta. And if that gets locked in, it makes sense. Well, obviously, the Renekton coming through makes sense because Jarvan got removed. Huge counter. I think GP wouldn't be a terrible pick here. However, not to be instead. It's just going to be the Rumble. And that's quite a lot of AP damage on the Fnatic side of things. Double AP solo laners. So Adam probably going to build Mercs quite early on. Same with Xin Zhao. I think that makes the most sense because you can technically play towards your top lane here if you're BDS, ignoring the bot side map because Jinx, while quite easy to land hooks and dive on, the Nautilus is just going to be a pain to dissuade the plays. Plus, it can pair up so well with a TP flank from Oscar Rinnin that the equalizer burn in a rooted target is just too immense. So personally, I think that the drafts, while very good for either side, I do think BDS have the more solo lane sort of play for split push style champions and comp that they don't necessarily need to group up. However, they've still got great options when it comes to team fighting, especially with the Orianna Shockwave, Zeri pop-off moments, and then the Rel for engage. As a whole, two fairly strong drafts. I would say I prefer BDS's. But yeah, that's the gist of what's happening here. So, taking a quick stock of runes. Nothing necessarily out the ordinary. It's going to be Comet Rumble. Looking to poke early, get aggression, get lane push. Try and keep Renekton trapped in lane. And that is kind of an important thing to note because Adam, known for being a heavy roamer, known for playing the map, as well as the fact that we've got the standard fan of 5 across the team. This is going to be pretty interesting that no deep vision placed yet. I'm just checking to see if any wards get dropped. I'm looking here. So they get the Raptor Brush ward. It will be cleared out, which is actually huge. As they got, I'm pretty sure he did get a little top of the XP there, Nuke. So essentially I was just checking to see if Nuke hit or got any XP for the wall kill. And I believe he did, so he's going to hit level 2 off the first wave. So will Ice. Or, well no, Ice and LeBron splitting XP right now. So it'll be earlier level 2 for the BDS bot lane, which is kind of nice. Should mean they get a bit more push. However, they are kind of ceding some of the pressure right now. As already Nuke and Humanoid kind of trading. Karma having the early push due to the access to the big powerful Q blast. Does more damage early as well as AoE compared to the Orianna moving the ball about. So as a whole, wave push should be, I would say, in favor of this Karma. Now, as we continue to path up to the top side, we're going to possibly see a play here. This is actually quite smart from Cheo. He realizes possibilities of a dive as Razork gets a ward down onto the blue buff, spots that it hasn't been taken, but he does notice that Cheo is in the area. Could use a 3-pronged attack as well. But yeah, because Rumble has push early, we knew he would do because he was trying to ascertain that with the Comet. It does mean that Razor gets to come in for the steal, as there's no real response. Same in mid lane, Humanoid got pushed there. The collapse would have been so much quicker from the Fnatic squad. Sheo has to give up his blue buff. Just checking where he's gone now. He's actually losing out on the Scuttle as well. And he's getting a lot of damage down. The Conqueror proccing means it's going to be a lot more effective. But Trader Flashes from the... Oh! Clean W there. Secures the first blood. Razork thought he dodged it. And yes, I am trying to remember the name of it. But taking a look at that play, the Flash got burnt early, but Vi compared to Xin, they both have similar amounts of dashing and chase. That it makes it really easy for the Xin to keep up with her. But yeah, may have been a little overstay from Razork, who gave up first blood. Obviously, he got himself 2 Scuttle Crabs as a payment. And he is hunting in the jungle for possible camp to steal away. He will, however, get his own blue buff, knowing full well that his bottom half jungle is still up because Sheo was caught out in his own jungle. So yeah, Razork, while technically bleeding a bit, I'm actually amazed though that Sheo is keeping up on farm. That's kind of a surprising thing. But yeah, realistically speaking, that jungle, while First Blood will make it advantageous for Sheo, it's still quite close considering Razork has his full bottom half jungle to clear into full clear. So yeah, fairly standard here. Just watching for possible plays bot side. I'm just watching jungle. We are seeing a little bit of a roam down, but it's only a freezing of the wave actually by Nuke. He's going to make it really awkward for Humanoid. And he's forced to step up way too far. And he's already going to be jumped on. Shockwave utilized, but it gets to flash out. That's overall a really well worked play by BDS. Freezing the wave towards the side that your jungler is hovering. Just dirty, dirty league. And well executed though by BDS. Now Razork doing Razork things, just clearing as many jungle camps as possible. Known for realistically being a farming jungler. I'm pretty sure he was a big fan of Graves when he was in meta. Just farm away, then have impact late game with the amount of damage you can ascertain and put down. That was kind of the style that you used to play with that Graves, but hey, it is what it is. And I'm really looking towards how much these Void Grubs are actually going to be beneficial for their team. Already got 3. He'll be hoping to pick up 2 more to get the full value of the Void Grubs, which would be really good if you look at the rest of his comp. Obviously, Karma, fairly good wave clear, going to be able to sit in side lanes later into the game. Same with Rumble, good wave clear, already trying to get push for himself. But as a whole, what we're actually seeing is, as top side, Renekton, Call of the Meek, going to be utilized, ready, hunting, looking to kill off Oscar Rinning, but it's actually going to be the junglers catching one another out that sees a little bit more action. But the early roam coming through as a flash forward comes this Renekton. He's going to absolutely delete Oscar Rinning in a 1-for-1 trade. But meanwhile in mid lane, the Rel comes through, crashing down, securing the kill for Sheo. The Xin Zhao getting fed early. 2 kills to none in that jungle position. And that's making it hard for Razork now to contest his own camps, as here comes the Fnatic response. They're on top of Sheo, but that crash down locks in place all of Fnatic. The rocket flash by both members, Everyone was flashing it, even though it was technically a Fnatic rocket. And the equalizer, obviously on cooldown, so Oscarinin can't put that slowdown. The hook goes wide from Jun, but this flamethrower burning through the health bar of Labrov. He's able to jump over the wall with that crash down. Fnatic getting unlucky, getting punished, some may say, by that overstays. Obviously, First Blood, Razork overstayed in that river trying to get a camp. And topside, Oscarinin overstayed for a few minions that got him punished. And Flash from Adom got him the kill. Simple as that. Now look at the items. Burn towards that Leandries to get the extra burn damage down. It's kind of the big thing here for Oscarinin. But Adom has that Tiamat, so realistically speaking, Adom's looking to kill all the minions and not have to deal with this Rumble Burn who's overheating right now. The attack speed, the damage, just not enough as the flamethrower put down. The flame burns through Adom's, and that's a solo bolo in return for Oscarinin. The top laner's looking to brawl this one out. The Flame Spitter does a lot, and it was well worked there by Oscarinin. You have to think he controlled his burn very well, the energy bar, so that he overheated, got the attack damage and the attack speed buff as the Renekton went in, plus the Flame Spitter ticking alongside it. Well executed and well worked as Razor back on the clear, looking for camps. And you know, Dragon obviously up and available. Another 30 seconds for the Void Grubs, the Grubbies, the big boys that Fnatic really will be contesting for. As bot wave gets pushed in, they're going to take a reset. You probably should expect to see Jun head up to the top side of the map. I'm kind of interested where he goes. And there you go, he's already walking towards it as Rocket fired out. Gonna cancel the back of the Rel. That's actually huge because it means that the Nautilus is going to get to the Void Grubs before the Rel. So Labrov's going to be late to a possible play. And as such, these should realistically go over to Fnatic for free. Adom just hovering, watching them being taken. Thinking maybe he can snipe one away. Obviously, Smite going to secure the first one. That's for Void Grubs over to Fnatic. They're happy with that. 4 gets them the bonus as well, I believe. The 5th and 6th are just constellations. And while Adom was obviously hovering there, Shao not in a position to contest the Void Grubs. So realistically speaking, Razor paying respect, knowing full well could have been a bit of an issue. And essentially what it has done is it's relieved the Nautilus from the top side. He doesn't need to hover around, as he can go back to bot side, protect his ADC, as once again Adom just comes down once his wave gets pushed out, sees the Void Grubs being taken, knows that he can't contest it, and finally Fnatic get 5 Void Grubs, and that's the Dominus procced. Adom gonna clear the wave, obviously fearing this tower dive as the equalizer dropped down, but it's not in a good position. However, the first kill goes over to Fnatic in this play, but the response from Nuke, the Shockwave TP combination, secures the trade back, as well as Drake on top of it for BDS. Oscarinin starting to get quite powerful, 3-1-0 on that bottom half of the map. Very nice, very strong overall and as a whole. Fnatic sitting quite nicely in the top half of the map. Bot side, not so much, I don't think. Obviously, Zeri starting to get a bit more aggressive, looking to push in the wave for the towers. However, Static Shiv's already picked up by the Jinx. Anyway, watch this tower dive again. I'm going to bring out my stoppy stop. Here we go. Just going to stop it here. Essentially, there's 2 ways to think about this play. Number 1, this equalizer is good because it cuts off this area of the map for Adom to go into. Because technically speaking, you want to as a top laner, hover as close to this tower as possible, because it means that the enemies have to come closer into the tower, meaning you're more likely to get a trade kill, because they essentially cannot escape the play. The other thing is, you realistically are in a situation where essentially it's do or die, feast or famine, because the lockup is obviously there with the Vi. She has ulti, she has her Q, you're more than likely going to be rooted in place, and while the Q almost pushes him into the burn, it's not good enough. So here's what Adam's thinking. Well, crap. I'm dropping quite quickly. I may have my Q in a couple of seconds. And he may not get to use it, because that's well worked by Razork. He Qs, waits a couple of seconds, then ultis, so the CC chain lasts a lot longer. The burn through is quite high. The smite comes through. And while Adam actually does a good thing, he doesn't go for the Q to secure himself the kill, because he knows that the actual tower is focusing. The tower's focusing Oscarinin, who is just tanking it pretty nicely. Essentially, he stuns Razork, which is the smart play. It means that the escape for Razork is stifled as the TP comes through. So this is basically playing for your mid laner. So Nuke has an impact. And just the immediate burst from Flash Q, I'm pretty sure there's a W down, into Shockwave. There you go. Razork's dead. In this situation, he's dead. He tries to fight back, and he does, but he was dead already. So Humanoid's TP, as a whole, kind of wasn't worth it, because he's now wasted it. He could have got pressure in mid, TP there if he wasn't there, because I didn't actually see where he was at the start of the play. And once again, the last Void Grub just delayed. This is actually quite smart, delaying the camp. Obviously, the longer you wait to kill off the last Void Grub, the quicker... Oh, and he actually stole away the Scuttle. But essentially, the slower you take the Void Grubs, the more delayed the Rift Herald is. And that's actually more beneficial, because you look at Fnatic's comp, obviously Rumble, Karma, two heavy scaling champions that would like to get their first items in their back pockets. Rumble, obviously 3-1, is kind of a bit more accelerated compared to Humanoid. So he's already got his Leandries. Whereas Humanoid probably will get his Ludens on his next back. So delaying the Herald a few seconds is more ideal than essentially taking it on, well, taking all the grubbies as soon as possible. Now, this is well worked by Sheo, because he's managed to avoid the Skull Crab. However, now he's spotted, and the Rift Herald still being taken on vision. Razork is in the area, has got smite, so this could be an absolute burner, a big fight in the jungle. Fnatic can't really step up. They see 4 members of BDS in the area. Instead, they're just going to seed the Herald to allow for Oscarinin to push in the top wave. It will be responded to by Nuke. But yeah, the big issue is so much has been garnered off these plays by BDS that at this stage of the game, they're starting to contest these objectives and actually doing a lot more work for them. And what I mean by that is, essentially, BDS got first Drake, as well as Rift Herald, versus, 6 Void Grubs. The Void Grubs will be great for the push, but Drakes kind of bring you towards an objective. Herald brings you towards defending a tower. essentially BDS will use this Herald, hopefully, to play for either second or third Drake. One likely second, and that will spawn soon. But Ocean Drake as the second Drake is kind of big. It's a very powerful Drake. It'd been so much better if it was Soul. However, Fnatic get lucky in avoiding that. They've obviously realized the first Drake of the game was Cloud Drake, which is a bit more of a issue, shall we say, for them, because it does mean Cloud Soul isn't a prize, and everyone hates Cloud Soul. Haha. But yeah. As it stands, there is still some powerful souls, and there's obviously a weak one with Chemtech still being available. As on the top side, a possible play coming through as another rocket goes wide. Super Mega Rocket, or whatever it's called. Super Mega Deathfire Rocket?
We go again, Piper.
But Razor overstaying yet again. Force the Flash. That's kind of an issue in this game. Fnatic are getting caught for overstaying. And BDS are doing well to respond and collapse.
Anything new in this room? I do like to occasionally just check and see if we were victimized by a prank.
I've got to admit, Fnatic aren't honestly showing too much like proactivity outside of trying to get aggressive, as that's a good Q over the wall. The equalizer drop to cut off an escape route. Smite comes down. Q flashed away from Fnatic. Tried to make a play on the top side for this Drake. They are going to get the first tower blood and keep Oscar in such a strong position right now. A 1.6 gold lead. 1.6k gold lead for the top laner. Kind of where Fnatic are putting all their eggs right now. However, BDS's response is Drake, as well as they get themselves a mid lane tier 1. Probably a bigger prize than the Fnatic first turret blood. Because that mid lane tier 1 opens up the map for this BDS squad a hell of a lot more. And they will realistically be searching for a way to get into the base of Fnatic, into the jungle. As bot side TP gonna come through. It is Infernal Soul these two teams are playing for, as we can see the little chars on the ground. That's actually quite an important statement to make, as obviously the cooldown reduction you get from them is a great thing. That's a hook forward. Sheo taking below a half his HP as Humanoid free firing in with them Qs. Gonna do a lot of chunk damage to the jungler of BDS. And we haven't really talked about Humanoid in this game because he hasn't really done much. Obviously, got himself his Malignant. Great item combined with his Mantra Qs. It will mean he does a lot more damage as a whole. As basically the area in the ground just becomes full pain for the enemies. ADCs have been sat on it a while, but both went Static Shiv first. They're already on their second items, actually. It's Kraken Slayer versus Phantom Dancer, I believe, or Essence Reaver, one of the two. Pretty sure it's Phantom Dancer for the Zeri. The extra attack speed you get from that item. I think both ADCs obviously going for the more attack speed orientated builds instead of high damage. So they're realistically going to be firing out a lot of shots in these team fights. As bot side, BDS going to secure for their second tower. Because they can't really push top side because Oscar Renin being an absolute menace up there. And obviously BDS are trying to match him. Well, no, Fnatic are trying to match Oscar Renin still into Renekton, who hasn't really been able to get much done. Been kind of stagnant in terms of how he's played this game. Whereas Fnatic have tried to keep Oscar in such a strong position. They gave him first turret gold. He's got himself 3 kills, the only kills on Fnatic. And yeah, doing a lot of work in that regard. to keep him in a good position. Now, obviously, there is still the rest of the map to look at. Jungle, we are seeing the gap actually close. Obviously, Razork, we were saying he gave up first blood, but the gold was relatively even because he had full camps still to clear. He certainly clawed that gold back with 0 kills compared to the 2 that Xin Zhao has. The gold is absolutely identical between the junglers. So Shale has kind of had to stagnate versus the full clear and Vi for the rest of this game. She's going to be very impactful in terms of plays, as we could see a possible play for this tower. Vi throws her damage forward, but that is a tanky boy, this is Xin Zhao. Got the Karoks so that he can take less magic damage. Very smart buy into Karma Rumble, as well as the Sundered Sky, so he's going to have the extra healing. As mid lane, they look to have caught out the Zeri. Going to get the flash and both summoners actually out of her. But it is a TP and a flash burn by Fnatic for that play. That is quite a big investment from Fnatic just to get sums out of Zeri. Obviously, 30 seconds until the Drake spawns does force the Zeri back to base and does make us susceptible to plays around this next Drake. And I think Fnatic will be looking to contest it. However, they need to start setting up now, because BDS's setup is already starting to take swing. Already getting the vision down, as Jun going to throw out the hook. Realizes he's on a ward, so it's going to be avoided. And now Fnatic being pushed out of the river. No wards behind BDS, so they're not going to be susceptible to a flank. And here's the thing, they can't really flank if you're Fnatic, because no TPs are available. And there is only one TP, and that's Humanoid. Oscar Renin went Ignite for the 1v1 matchup to try and secure pressure. And that is a big thing to note, as already damage being put down. They caught out the jungler. The Vi just deleted. But on the bottom side of the play, it's going to be... Why is Noah in the backside? He's just in the wrong position. Caught out, locked up, killed off. Nuke gets the shutdown. And BDS find the fight. They're already killing off everyone as the Zeri moment is happening. But Humanoid stops it in its tracks. Hunting for a big burst damage Q, but in the end, he's jumped on and gonna be queued up into the air. He gets away with his life, but BDS find the fight. 4 members down on Fnatic. And now, another tower to boot. Top lane tier 1 falls. All 3 outers gone on Fnatic's side of the map. And, you know, this play was just great from Nuke. He sees the Vi, chases him with the ball, and just pushes it down. The Shockwave pulls him into an immediate lockup. The Equalizer was dropped down, does a little bit of tick damage, but BDS, the shielding, perfect. Means Oscar Renin cannot burn through anyone's health bars, and he is just going to be killed off because he tries to hunt down this Rel, but Rel's got too much CC to deal with, and this Flame Spitter just doesn't do enough to kill them off. That was overall a well-worked fight by BDS. The CC perfect, and they get everything they would want except for the Karma's life. And you know, if they got the Karma, probably would have turned straight towards this Baron, the full ace. No real way then for Fnatic to contest. They are now on Soul Point as well. And let's be honest, that is probably the biggest thing to point out. Soul Point for BDS already. They have means and ways to pull Fnatic towards them. And that is the big thing that this BDS squad want. Bear in mind, Fnatic built a comp that can really hang in the side lanes as Adom's just TPing in the face of Humanoid. Yikes. That was kind of maybe a waste of a TP, but hey, it's a 4v4. No TP available for this Renekton. Fnatic hunting, looking for a possible play, but the Zeri dissuading Fnatic. not allowing them free hits onto this Xin Zhao. And the darkness, the torment that BDS can put down in this shroud is ready and available. The Baron started up. Fnatic gonna struggle to step forward as the orb being put down, following this Vi, not allowing her any way in, but she does manage to get onto the backside, but Xin pops the ultimate, the Crescent Guard, protecting her as the rest of BDS collapse on top of Razork, deleted where he stands, and now the rest of Fnatic are falling. BDS find 3 and turn straight to the Baron. Rocket tanked up. That would have probably have got a kill, but the healing quite nice out from Adam, as well as Nuke. They're staying alive, they're securing the Baron, and this fight was clean from BDS. So we put Orzit here. Essentially, we can already see an issue. Look at the disconnect from Fnatic here. 2 members going in to this play. Simple as that. You've got a free hitting Ice. He's not going to be killed off. There's no one there to kill him. Unstoppable Vi. Going up. Looking to target. Well, that means you can't do damage. It does mean she can't do damage to the rest of your team. And they can kill her off pretty easily. The rest of Fnatic, you look at what's happening. You got 2 members here, Adam and Labrov. The CC chain of dreams from Labrov hitting the backline of Fnatic. And then just Oscar Rinnan. Just vibing. He's on his own. No one on BDS there to kind of deal with him. Whereas he's got really no impact on this fight. As we watch it continue forward, the equalizer, was it dropped? Don't even see it. Essentially, it's null and void. It's not really doing anything. And Oscar Rinnan's impact is minute. He's just trying to build up his overheat. And he's got to a point where his Flame Spitter will do work. He steps forward, but the fact is, Labrov did his job. He came on and stopped Razork's escape. Adom's just keeping them interested. And it just means that they try to chase this Renekton and just get burnt out. You've got Ice free firing. And Fnatic have no way to play that fight. That was clean. No way to really do anything. And Baron goes over to BDS. 50 seconds until this Infernal Soul. Fnatic have no way to contest. And the only way they can is if they are the ones to set up first. But Labrov just stepping forward, pushing them out the jungle. Vision cleared out by BDS, and Fnatic can't do a thing. Simple as you like, there's no way for them to contest this Infernal Soul. Because look how far forward BDS are. You've got 20 seconds until it spawns. The waves are being pushed in. Tier 2 falls in the bot lane. Tier 2 in the mid lane being chunked, chipped away at. And Adam just needs to hover at a safe enough distance so that Fnatic can't step up. And he's doing that. He's just making sure that they're in vision. And Fnatic realize the Drake has started. Realize they now have no vision to continue to press forward. Nuke being a menace. Just watch where he puts the orb as the hook comes out from Nautilus. But that's a stopwatch put down. That's going to be the crash down coming through from Labrov, who's just buying time for the team to allow for Zeri to do Zeri things. Infernal Soul secured. BDS will lose their Orianna. And the Crescent Guard comes through. Once again, flash out. Fnatic winning the fight. Wow. It's 2-for-1 trade. Jungler for mid and support. But Infernal Soul, more importantly, went over to BDS. That extra damage and power through the later game, as well as Elder now coming onto the table. BDS is set up here, bit disjointed. Whereas Ice just went Ice and Shadow just went to burst through the objective. They realized that this fight was a losing one. They turn onto it immediately, burn it down. Razork obviously was dead, so they couldn't really stop the take. So as a whole, Fnatic do enough work there to kill members off, but they don't do enough to stop the Drake take. And that's the issue at this point in the game. Stopping the Drake take is a hard thing to do. And I personally think that BDS in this situation have played this game out well enough. I mean, they lost a lot of pressure topside. Oscarinin was a big factor. However, I think choice in summoners from this Rumble, no TP, more so gone with the Ignite so you can play the map. Well, play the split push, or 1v1 better is a better way to word it. That's the style that BDS have kind of counteracted with. A Dom known for being the more so solo bolo top laner. He's not gone for Ignite or Exhaust. He's gone for TP himself so he can play with the team. He's playing for everyone. And that is a huge thing to note about BDS's style here. They've changed dramatically from the add-on of last year, or last split even, where he was solo boloing everyone. As now, possibilities of fight are happening. The tier 2 on the top side becoming the focal point for BDS, forcing Fnatic up, just looking at side to see if anyone's in a position to counteract. They aren't. Add-on can go back to base, reset, TP back in, because there's a Baron in a minute's time. You may not even need to TP, to be honest. You could just walk back up mid. Fnatic, right now, kind of forced into a situation where they're just having to farm. The Zeri is online. That's an issue for them. The Jinx, however, is online, but not had the same sort of impact as what the Zeri does in teamfights. And I think the Rockets haven't been the best from Noah in this game. And that damage from Nuke, just one QW does so much to this Vi. And you look at the build, only just now building MR, as Labrov ticking down, chunking out the health bar of the engage is Fnatic as the equalizer drop downs, Indao burning. Shield comes through from Nuke to keep him topped up, but Fnatic, they're getting the aggression and the advantage in this fight as the Rocket goes wide. Realistically speaking, not hit a single big rocket in the big moment as Noah. And now BDS finally seeding pressure around an objective. This is what Fnatic needed to do 3 Drakes earlier, to be honest. Stepping up, dissuading BDS's aggression. But now that the 4 members of BDS, now 5, are all grouped up, there's not really much that Fnatic can do. They need to land some poke. They've got the Karma there to do said poke. The Malignant's burn, as well as the Thimblewinter, should be enough to chip away the Ampen. Massive, but that's the crash down. Magnet Storm catching out Humanoid. Overstep after overstep from Fnatic has cost them this game. And BDS are punishing. No mid laner, no poke, no harass for Fnatic, and the possible game in their sights. Razork manages to kill off Labrov, but the continuation of the play is just death for Fnatic. Nuke catches out the Jinx. The damage is undying, unrelenting from BDS, and Fnatic are all falling. 4 kills again to BDS. Baron's still on the table. They can go secure that. 30 seconds until Elder. And they will probably get that on top of it. Fnatic have no way to kind of stymies this pressure, as BDS will get the big purple worm and more than likely get the game. We'll probably get a replay of the last fight, and let's talk about it. Maybe not, actually. It was 5 seconds until Elder. I think there's more focus on that. The respawns from Fnatic won't be up in time. No TPs anyway on their members. Jinx is back up. Fnatic back up on the map, looking, hunting, trying to get into a position where they can contest. But I don't think it will be enough as the rocket's thrown out. The Elder Drake has been started by BDS. And yeah, let's keep going. This is going to probably be the game-winning fight if BDS can win it. Fnatic have a lot to do, as that's going to be a lot of damage put down onto our Dom, forced to Dominus up. But the damage has already been put down onto Nautilus. There's no way to get in. The equalizer thrown out, and Razork is down. The jungler is gone, and BDS, they're winning outright this fight. Humanoid, the last member remaining on Fnatic, and he's just been ran away, ran out from the pit, and almost likely ran out of this game. Going to be jumped on by Shao, and the Elder executes him off. That's the ace and the game for BDS. And away we go to the end of it. Let's just end it right here. I don't need to say much more than that. Essentially, it was just overcommits from Fnatic to describe this one. And yeah, that's going to be that. Thank you very much for joining me today. If you enjoyed it, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new if you want to. I'll see you guys. Well, I'll see you guys next week. Or predictions for round 1 of playoffs again. Because, spoiler alert, the predictions aren't gonna be hard to make. Peace out.
I got a golden jellyfish and a mackerel. Good job, gays. Thanks, I only